Good morning, everybody. This is Joshua Jones here with Forerunner Insurance. Today is July 7th. Man, I hope you guys had an awesome 4th of July. It's Sunday early in the morning. I had to come in the office and get some things done here and wrap up some people's quotes. But I wanted to jump on here and just do a quick little video about our previous video on why trucking may not be for you. And I wanted to clarify some things and why I even brought up this topic. So, well, let's talk about that. What is the biggest rating factor today in the trucking world? What's causing these rates to go up so high? How can you help your rating factor, when you're quoting out new insurance? So as an agent, one of the things we look at the most when we jump on, the first thing I do, like if you were to call me and say, hey, Josh, we need an insurance quote, I'm going to jump on your DOT number through FMCSA, and I'm going to verify all the information that you just told me is correct. So we're going to look at your safety rating. How many out of service inspections have you guys had in the past 3 years? In a lot of cases, those are almost worse than wrecks. What that means to an insurance company is if you have an unsafe, if you have a whole bunch of out of service inspections, what that means to an insurance company is that you may not have an accident right now, but you're definitely going to be having one. So what they're going to do to get ahead of that is they're going to charge you more than someone that, let's say they have a spotless DOT history. Very absolutely no out of service inspections. They've passed all of them in the past 3 years. They're going to rate that person a lot better than the person that has 5 or 6 out of service inspections. And we see that often, and the guys that have the 5 or 6 out of service inspections are the ones that are complaining about the price more than anyone else, So again, you guys have to do your part to make sure that you're getting the best available rate that's going to be offered to you. All right. And that'll help us be able to provide you with that price. Right. So one of the next things as well that we look into is, let's say you've been open for 2 or 3 years. How many times has your insurance canceled? Are you guys not paying your bills when you're supposed to? That all matters. So when we jump on there, we can see with FMCSA, especially if you have your federal filings, we can see every single time a pending cancel hits your account. Now let's say, you've been in business for 2 or 3 years and another guy's been in business for 2 or 3 years. One guy, has missed his payments 15 times and is in pending cancel 15 times. And then the other guy has never been late on a payment. There was never been a pending cancel hit his account for payment issues. Who do you think is going to get the better price? It's going to be the guy that hasn't had payment issues. What that means for the insurance carriers, and this is a very different, a lot of truckers don't realize this, but when you have your federal filings, let's say you guys miss a payment, right, and it goes into pending cancel. Your policy doesn't cancel right away. It goes into a 35-day cancellation after the pending cancel was issued. So what an insurance carrier sees is that if you're late on your payments and you're not making your payments like you're supposed to, they're potentially on the hook for an additional 35 days past your initial pending cancel. So again, they're going to charge you guys more money on the ones that aren't paying their bills how they're supposed to. So again, make sure you guys are doing your part by paying your bills when you're supposed to pay them. These little things as a whole will force the insurance carriers to start dropping down their insurance rates, but you have to give them a reason to do that. Okay. And again, the other option is crashes. We work with multiple new ventures and guys just getting started that have accident issues, and I'm not talking about one accident. Okay. That happen. Listen, you're in the truck. You guys are on the road more than anyone else. Okay, you're going to have issues and accidents that pop up. Okay, there's no way around it. But when we're working with guys that have, 8 accidents in 3 years. It makes me question, hey, are you guys in the right industry? Because what that's causing, it's causing the whole industry as a whole to spike up their insurance rates when people aren't paying attention when they're operating vehicles, 70,000 pounds and above. So you guys have to pay attention. You guys have to make sure that you're limiting your accidents. And one last thing, and we're going to move on, is, especially you owner operators that have a great DOT history, and you guys are leasing people on to your authority. Okay. Now, that can be a great thing and it can be a horrible thing, So let me kind of talk about the negative first. So when you guys are leasing people onto your authority, why do you think they're wanting to lease on to your authority? Maybe they don't have the money to pay for their own insurance. Maybe they've tried to go get their insurance and realized, it was too expensive, or they have a very poor DOT history with safety scores and accidents and whatever the case may be. You guys got to, especially you owner operators that are paying great rates on your insurance, be very cautious about leasing people on that you may not know. Do a thorough background check on these guys, employment history. Make sure that they're not going to destroy your DOT number with, again, they're not going to destroy your DOT number with bad safety inspections, accidents, speeding tickets. We can see all of that stuff on the back office in your guys' cab report. All of it's reported to DOT and then therefore reported to FMCSA. So again, if everybody as a whole, would pay attention to what they're doing and how they're operating, it's going to help the rating factors come down. So again, if you guys as a whole, want your insurance to be cheaper, you guys have to do your part. And again, if you're not doing your part, maybe trucking isn't for you, so that's why I shot that first video, why trucking may not be for you, just because this is what we see. We're on the grind on the daily with you guys to see what's going on and working with you to make sure we get, cheaper insurance for you guys. But I can't do that, again, if you guys aren't doing your part. So listen, I hope you guys had an awesome 4th of July. We sure did. We're ready to have another record-breaking July. So again, if you guys need any insurance help or quotes, please give us a call. My direct office line is 407-675-3857. Visit us on the web, www.forerunnerinsurance.com. That's FORERUNNER, insurance spelled out.com. But listen, I look forward to working with you. I'm not one of those agency owners where, I let everyone else do the work. If you guys want to call and speak with me directly, my name's Joshua. Look forward to helping you. And listen, you guys have a blessed day. Be safe out there. Thanks again for your time.